Hey, good morning. Good morning. Come on in here. Get you some of this juicy gospel. I'm your girl Janine with your 4 minute morning devotion. I'm going to get started because I ain't got but 4 minutes, y'all. 2 Samuel chapter 6. So here in this chapter, we have a wife. And she's not pleased at the way her husband, who was king, was worshiping in public. Yes, David did get radical. If y'all go back and read that in your own time, this man got radical to the point that in his praise, and the Bible said he worshiped and praised until his clothes fell off in public. Okay, but he didn't care about how he looked because he was determined to give God the praise because the ark of the Lord, which represented the covenant and God's presence, was returning to the land. See, with David, his wife Micah, what Micah didn't understand is that David had attempted to bring the ark back a few months before, and because they were not carrying the ark correctly, one of David's men was struck dead by God for touching the ark. See, Micah, the wife of David, was upset with David for worshiping like a wild man because she felt he was a dignified king, and kings should conduct themselves respectfully in the presence of God. But Micah didn't realize that David had a reason to shout and dance. He went through something a few months back. He suffered some losses to get the glory of God back in his life. So he was celebrating the fact that God's presence was finally here. See, people don't understand what you've been through, so they will not understand your praise. People don't know the months, the years you have been in a valley and felt like the glory of God was gone from your life. See, people won't see the fact that you carried a terminal illness with a death sentence and God healed you from all cancer. See, they won't see you how you labored and how you prayed about your son or your daughter who was lost and on the path of darkness. No, they don't know the story. So they will not understand when you receive your breakthrough, when you feel the presence of God lifting and the burden and God is lifting the burdens and breaking the yokes and destroying the chains that have hindered you. They will not understand why you shout when you're in the presence of God, because they don't know how free you feel because God's anointing has touched you. See, don't let folks stop you from praising God your way. Shout with a voice of triumph. Don't be ashamed to say thank you out loud. Don't be shy in your worship. See, you should enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. You have a right. You have a reason to praise the God who saved you. You have a right. You have a reason and a duty to give him your total praise for delivering you from Satan's grip. When you roll back the curtains of your mind and look at your life, how God made ways when all doors were shut in your face, when he publicly blessed you in the presence of your enemies. Now, don't you think he deserves some radical praise? I don't care who's watching. I don't care who sees me act a fool in the presence of God in my worship. If you watching me in public, God's gonna bless me in public. Baby, feel free to raise your hands. Baby, feel free to shout. Feel free to cry and dance and worship your way. Now, holla at your girl. Pow. Catch that deuce. Bye-bye.